This story happened when I was a junior in high school and 17 years old at the time. First, a bit of background. I was taking a regular English class, and I genuinely liked my teacher. We'll call her Mrs. P. Anyway, Mrs. P was pregnant at the time and due to go on maternity leave about a quarter way through the semester. When she leaves, the class gets to meet her sub. We'll call her Mrs. She seemed nice at first, saying how much she loved teaching and she would not change how the class operated for Mrs. P. The first sign that something was fishy was when all of a sudden she stopped accepting late work, something Mrs. P was always generous with. She gave no warning and people's homework grades suddenly began to drop. She began to give us ridiculous tests over our reading that nobody could do well on. Keep in mind, I am a straight A student, and I was getting C's and D's. Anyway, the semester continues and Mrs. keeps on making the class suffer here and there, and my class grade was down from an A to a C. The final straw came in December when we were about to take our final no red ink test. I'm sure my fellow high school students can relate to no red ink. No red ink is a site that has a lot of grammar tests. For example, proper comma usage and other grammatical practices. For no red ink, there was always homework that didn't count for a grade but rather allowed us to retake the unit test if we did poorly. Anyway, unit test rolls around, I get something around a 29/30ths, but when I look in the gradebook, I received a 0. I was not the only one, only a handful of students did the homework, and the ones who did not do the homework received zeros. Obviously, everyone was pissed because we received no warning for this sudden change in policy. After a barrage of questions, we can tell that Mrs. M is about to break. After my friend asked why this was happening, she snapped and went out on a rage, calling us all eggs, ready to break the moment something did not go our way. She also said that adults looked down on us in the world, that we were not prepared for real life because we were all pampered little brats. Unfortunately for Mrs. M, I was recording her little rampage the entire time for evidence. After she was done with her fit of rage, realizing her mistake, she apologized to my friend who ended up rejecting her apology. Good for him to stand up like that. I then posted the video unlisted on YouTube so my friend could see. The next day, I was in physics, sitting in the hall because I was absent for a test the previous day and the class was going over it, so I had to sit outside. A crying Mrs. M shows up as I'm outside, asks when I'm free. I say I'm not because I had to make up the physics test that day. Case in point, she found out it was me. Apparently, I accidentally showed my face in the video and someone ratted me out. I was threatened with a lawsuit and that people will hate me for what I had done. Naturally, I removed the video and went straight to my counselor, told him what happened, and he directed me to the student services director claiming he couldn't deal with the issue. The student services director called the principal and told me to tell my story to the deans. I showed them the video and told them how she threatened me with a lawsuit. They were shocked. The hour I was supposed to go to English, they said I didn't have to go because it would have been very awkward. The next day, we had a new sub and she was never to be seen again at our school. Everyone congratulated and thanked me for getting her fired, and our new sub was so polite and understanding. She allowed us to turn in all of our late work and I finished within in the class. Mrs. P returned the next semester and apologized profusely for the damage the sub did to her class. TLDR. Maternity leave sub tries to give us all zeros even though she was in the wrong and gets fired for yelling at my friend. Edit. I actually received no punishment. However, I was warned to not record people, to just go directly to the deans instead in the future. Edit 2 formatting. Edit 3. Thank you to person who gave me silver status. Please leave your story in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to get new update. Thank you.